Good morning. It is 2:30 a.m. and this is a common scene here, which tells you what Aside from ignoring the people who are looking at this for the first time and their lack of understanding of what this means. This is connected to your own activities and the fact that it's like this because of you, maybe. Yeah. Good. Now that we understand that, are you in agreement? Your activities cause my residents to look as such because understanding the dynamic of how much time your activities take away from my life would include the ability to clean my room after coming back here 9 months ago. Is there a need to explain why now? No. What there is these new angles which I am seeing in your situation as the government. You have said at least a handful of times now that you are now using the government shutdown as efforts to uh, prolong my situation of not calling Switzerland or Sweden, the banks there. But they said from last night, oh, our hands are kind of free now. You can kind of call us, but we understand that you're using the situation to monitor the government and are holding back from calling. Yeah. Why is that? Because they're saying that the shutdown continuing will extend my situation of not acquiring CLA, and you will further keep the government from operating for how long? In efforts to keep me from acquiring money. The longer I hold off from calling, even though they're ready to take my calls, and watching you as the government not come back into operations, doing what you're doing right now. What are you doing? Firstly, how much do you understand their situation? They're asking for money from themselves, and in efforts to provide themselves with money, if they can't come to a vote for this spending package, which was never presented, they are ending operations as the government on its third day now because they could not come to a decision on. They could not come to a decision on pulling money from the Federal Reserve to keep themselves operating, right? So for the past couple of days, they've been calling banks in order to acquire the government for the position of the United States. It's CLA. While banks and residents across the universe, for a tale as long as time, understand that they are calling banks in order to acquire their own CLA, whilst they have the money in their own reserves and they can't come to an agreement to pull it out. Is that how it's supposed to be operating? Firstly, why do you need to vote? Just pull the fucking money out. You're not running as the government. What are you doing? Oh, we have to go by this platform, which includes, firstly, healthcare. If you don't focus on healthcare, we're not going to agree to pulling out money right now with whatever voting we require. And we're going to sit on it. And we actually don't need the money. And we're all pretending while we speak on microphones in meeting rooms. We're all pretending that we think that we don't have any money. And we're asking ourselves to agree to pull out our own money. And until we can agree to that, we won't operate as the government. Is that what you're supposed to be doing? Well, these are processes which have existed as a tale as old as donkeys and elephants. And firstly, why do we represent donkeys and why do we represent elephants? And we're mocking ourselves. Okay. We're mocking ourselves and the fact that we have this Federal Reserve, and then in addition, we raise the interest rates when you need to borrow money. And across the planet, all governments do that in order to indicate to you that we don't know what? Oh, we're not supposed to be doing any of this shit. Duh, moron. We make it more expensive to borrow money in times where you need it. Oh, excuse this like jukebox I'm doing. It's not funny anymore, huh? You extend this situation. You are on day number 3, and I just looked at the news 7 hours ago. CNN said there is no insight, possible end of this shutdown. You're on the 3rd day and working on layoffs now with a bipartisan effort in order to let go of, now you are saying, tens of thousands of federal employees. Okay, per my own position there, you're right on track. You're doing great. And per my situation, looking more like the further we move along here, more like the government is not operating because they are trying to keep me from my own activities again, whilst at home doing that. Right, as Mr. Obama and whoever I see popping up here, a lot of right, Mr. Attorney General former, with his gang of regulars here underneath him, and he's quite the erratic type as of recent. His like lengths at like these like episodes of like, I don't know, he's got all these concepts that he wants to rock as a chief of the DOJ, which he isn't, and what? From the left, you're leading these efforts as just yourself only, but who's in your gang there? People who don't know what a bath is and what the purpose of it is anymore. That's your dynamic for getting like pulled out after being dead for so long. You give up your freedom to know what a bath is because they tell you in order to yacht, we're going to take away your ability to bathe and your knowledge of what the fuck it is. And you're like, okay. And then I take a bath and you're like, what is that? What are you doing? You get pulled out of my situations as the data that you just like you're considered placeholders. What? You're just being thrown at me over and over because you're just like this like rundown data, and it gets worse still. Now when you speak, it's like you were never born. Oh, what is this? Is this a pencil? What is a pencil? Is now your brain and how you speak. And you are still holding on to my residence situation here as you're like, this, hey, we got pulled out, guys. Now is our chance to go all out in a blaze of glory and yacht on this guy. And you're like the motherfucking latecomers of this party that ended like fucking like an eon ago. You're like the latest of the latecomers coming to this late-ass stupid party, which turned into what? This condemned house, which is basically like, it's like a filter for the vacuum of the universe. You're like contributing and like coming down to this like conceptual like filter of, there are morons which still exist within this like unpulled out part of this composite, and we require going through this test of whether or not we're stupid enough to come to you. And this house will stand as such while I am not living in it come next year or 2 years from now, while I am constructing facilities and building up suits and armaments, and my knowledge on being a mantler of this guy and this girl, whilst people are coming to this house. Will it still be on the same planet? I would rather it didn't. You could just put it on the other side of the universe there while people go to it in order to yacht me while I'm like on the other side of it. Just to get rid of your trash there. Yeah, just put it on the other end of town. I wouldn't mind. I'm sure the universe would appreciate it. Oh, we still have dumb fucks coming to this DJ Sidekick's mom situation in order to try to hit him up and give him what? An Indian give of money or gifts like you've been fucking doing? Because now you're trying to build up like me paying down credit in order to avoid me having money or the ability to make purchases for the next 2-3 days. You sent me a new credit card with this amazing ability to give me credit whilst everybody else wants to reject giving me credit. And then I have to pay it down for the next 2-3 days without doing anything. Yeah, sounds perfect. Well, why did you take it up? I don't know, because I only get $40 a day, and once I figure out I shouldn't leave here. Because this place looks like this. It means I need more time here. Amidst bringing it down to only acquiring, only procuring ganja and cigarettes, and I'm not even fucking doing that. I just went down to vape because I don't want to leave my house. It's all just delivery and me sitting here watching you do that shit and realize how much fucking time you take out of my life. Now you are down to a not operating government doing that. You're on day 3. You're going to cut out tens of thousands of more workers in the next couple of days. While your data looks like that. And I'm telling you that this house is not contingent, or this stupid bitch over here, on my situation anymore. You keep coming to here emptying yourselves from the negative, right? Just like the trash of the universe that's been preserved. You're getting pulled out now in order to get cleaned up and let us know that you don't deserve to live out here. You're just the same. You're like these late-coming moron pieces of shit. Just go through the vacuum. You're good. You know, it'll be there for eternity. Just go through that shit. I'll be doing something else. You fucking dumb fucks.